My name's Jill, and I first became involved with COPS in 2006 following the death of my husband. Alan was a roads policing officer and he was 39 years old when he died. He was killed at the scene of a road traffic accident where he'd been working on accident investigation. At the time of Alan's death, our daughters were aged 2 and 4. It's difficult to quantify that effect because your world literally stops at that morning. 7:10 in the morning I received a phone call and then a visit, and I don't think for that first week or 10 days I even thought about the effect. It just, everything stopped. But once things calmed down, I think a realisation that your life will never be the same again, and that all the plans you've made for the future and for even just holidays and inconsequential things weren't going to happen, and just something you never ever planned for and you never expect to be in the position. I was 32 at the time. I had never counted on being a widow at the age of 32, so incredible. Well, that first week after Alan died, there are a few moments and a few things that happened which stick in my mind, and there was a few things I received out of the blue from people, and one of them was a card that I received from COPS. The reason it was so special, apart from the fact it was somebody offering almost a lifeline, it was my first thought about the future, because it talked about the family weekend that was going to take place. I think it was in the July, and it was the first time I had really thought outside of the bubble that I was currently in. Understanding a group of people who could make sense of some of the feelings and thoughts that I was having, where other people in my world at that time couldn't. And that's even close family and friends who are all very well meaning and well intentioned, but with the best will in the world, haven't been in my shoes. On one hand, it was incredibly difficult. We were kind of 5-6 months into this journey, and my youngest daughter was in the midst of the terrible twos. The overriding sense of the weekend was one of love and fun and laughter, and it wasn't a group of people being sad and doom and gloom. But what I took away from it was seeing people who were 6 months, 6 years, 26 years down the line from the death that affected them, and that they were surviving. Things move on, you can move on, and that you don't necessarily have to be defined by what's happened. And everyone deals with it in their own way. And I think for me, that's one of the great things about COPS, is that it flexes to meet your needs. It's almost like a bespoke service. If you need some real support and some real help at one point in time, the organisation will be there for you. And I think it's hugely important for survivors to see that the police family has really wrapped itself around COPS and survivors, and that without their help and support, I think the weekend wouldn't have quite as much poignancy for me as it does. And the sight of seeing 40 or 50 police forces represented by their most senior people is incredibly powerful, and I think a really valuable asset to the weekend. If you're a survivor of a police officer who's been killed during a death on duty and would like some more information about the charity, then please go to the website, which is ukcops.org. Similarly, if you're somebody who'd like to offer support or get involved, please visit the website. Thank you.